let's set a few things straight. All right, Megan, there is no way that I'm gonna sit by you as your mom sucks Roger dry for the rest of your lives. Roger told me all about your little plan. You want us to move into your house with you after we get married, right? Yuck, I would never want to live with my in-laws. No, Roger and I are going to build a brand new house of our own and live far, far away from you losers. Or if you really want us to live there, I guess we could, on the condition that you and your mom move out. Lisa? I'm sorry, I'm not really following you here. Is that really what my brother told you? That my mom wants you to move into our house with us? If that's really what she told Roger, then that's news to me. Oh, come on, really? Don't play dumb with me. I told you, Roger already told me everything. I would rather live in a cardboard box in some alley downtown in between a homeless drunk addict and a dumpster than live with my mother and sister-in-law. I don't really know what made you and your mom think that you could force me into something like that, but you are dead wrong. Me and Roger will be enjoying our newlywed life in privacy, thank you very much. So I'm sorry, but you'll have to come up with a retirement plan other than to keep relying on your rich doctor brother to pay for everything. Once we get married, I don't want either of you to speak to us ever again. I know that Roger would never come right out and say this to your face because he's way too kind for his own good. So as his bride-to-be, I decided to do the dirty work for him and tell you the honest truth. Lisa, please slow down. I don't understand anything you're saying. You think that we're relying on my brother to support us financially? What do you mean? Am I talking to a brick wall? What don't you understand? I mean, I was pretty shocked to find out that Roger came from a dirt poor single-parent home, but that's not Roger's fault and it's not his responsibility. So when I first heard about that, I was kind of like, okay, whatever, no big deal. But then he keeps telling me that he wants to keep living at your house even after we get married, and there is no way I'm gonna let that happen. Dirt poor single-parent home? I'll have you know my mother worked her butt off to raise us all by herself, and she did a fantastic job. So I don't know where you get off talking about our family like that. You don't even know anything about our family at all. I know you're about to marry my brother and all, but I have to say I am not a fan of your attitude at all, Lisa. And what makes you think I care about your opinion? What's the matter? Are you mad that I called your loser mom out for what she is? Well, go and cry to her about it if you want. See if I care. The truth hurts, doesn't it? Don't blame me for pointing it out. Blame your mom for being so unappealing that she couldn't find any man who would put up with her. Excuse me? You're talking about the woman who will be your mother-in-law before too much longer. Are you really going to say such terrible things about her, or are you out of your mind? Have you been paying attention? I told you that neither you nor your mom are welcome in our lives after the wedding. Really, you should be thanking your lucky stars that your brother is a much kinder person than I am. He even wants to invite you to his wedding despite the fact that you're nothing but a couple of parasites. I've been doing my best to convince him otherwise. Right. Well, I have no idea what Roger's been telling you about us, but I will tell you one thing. You have got the completely wrong idea, and you should chill out before you say something you'll regret. What aren't you understanding, Megan? Roger already told me everything. I know that Roger's been forking out truckloads of cash to you and your mom because you're too lazy and incompetent to support yourselves. And he is such a frickin' saint that he's doing it willingly, and he doesn't even hold it against you. I feel so sorry for him. Nice guys like Roger always get taken advantage of. But having your own family take advantage of you, that has got to be painful for him. Is that all you texted me about? You just wanted to spout baseless lies about my family to me? You should be grateful that I even deigned to speak to you maggots at all. And that reminds me, what are you still doing at home? Go get a husband and have him take care of you. Stop mooching from your brother already. When and if I get married is no business of yours, and I'll thank you to stay out of my personal business. In any case, I have to say I am incredibly disappointed to see that this is the sort of woman you really are, Lisa. You think you're disappointed? I just learned recently that my soon-to-be mother and sister-in-law have been stealing my money from me. Every cent that Roger gives you is 1 cent that he should be giving to me. All I wanted was to have a positive relationship with my in-laws, but now I know that's just not gonna be possible. Seriously, Roger never gave off the impression that he was the product of a broken home. He must have struggled so much up until now because of you. It's not like people get to choose their parents. Poor Roger got stuck with a woman who was so repulsive that the man who had kids with her couldn't even stand her. All you know about my mom is that she's a single mother. How dare you go and make all of those terrible assumptions about her? Whatever, you can go ahead and say whatever you want. I don't care anymore. You want us out of your life, right? Well, after this little conversation, I'll be more than happy to never have to speak with you again. Go ahead. You and my brother can have all the private time you want in our family's house. My mother and I will move out as soon as possible. Actually, I think my mom will be just fine with this outcome. Aw, look at you, trying to act all tough to cope with being called out for the vermin you are. It would be hilarious if it weren't so pathetic. You have until the wedding to move out of the house. Once that's over, I don't ever want to see or hear anything from you ever again. As you wish. I suppose it's a bit too late for this, but you know what they say, be careful what you wish for. Lisa, what's going on? The venue staff just showed us to our seats and they're in the hallway? Is this some kind of joke or just a simple mistake? Oh, I see you're finally here. Thank you so much for coming to celebrate with us on our big day. I prepared special seats for you that are more fitting for people of your caliber. Oh, and you'll love the special meal you'll be getting at the reception. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches made fresh and just for you. I think the two of you have siphoned off more than enough of Roger's money already. You should be more than satisfied with that. I see. Well, in that case, we're leaving. We don't have to put up with this kind of insulting treatment. Aw, what's the matter? You have no idea how much trouble I went to for you. The caterer we booked for the reception doesn't make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I had to make them myself. All that work, and this is the thanks I get? Yeah, that nasty, smug, stuck-up attitude of yours is exactly what I'm talking about. My mom and I are leaving immediately. I'm sure you'll be able to enjoy your wedding much more without us here to spoil it for you. Oh my God, you are pathetic. What is up with that? The whole "you can't fire me, I quit" routine is so cringe. If you're leaving, then just shut up and leave already. I told you before to chill out before you say something you'll regret. I guess you didn't heed my warning. Oh well, it's your funeral.
Megan, wait, come back! This is all a misunderstanding! Please, you have to go and tell Mom that this wasn't my fault. I had no idea. All of this was Lisa's doing. I didn't have any part in it. You've got to believe me. I'm gonna talk to the venue staff and have them get out some proper seats for you right away. I'll call the caterer, too.
Roger, I'm not going to listen to anything you have to say. Lisa is the woman you chose to be your wife, so I wish you the best of luck because you're sure gonna need it to deal with her for the rest of your life. Oh, and you don't need to call the venue staff. Mom is talking to them right now.
No! Don't do that! Please, I'm telling you this isn't my fault. I never told her to do this. I never wanted her to do this. She started looking down on you guys ever since I told her about Mom being a single mother. And then the hate just kept getting worse and worse and worse. She's out of control. I was shocked when I heard she had you guys sitting in the hallway. I couldn't believe it.
Don't think for a second that I'm going to let you throw this all on her. You are directly responsible for making her go out of control. You've been lying to her about anything and everything since the moment you met her. And thanks to that, that awful woman is treating us like trash. Honestly, if anyone deserves to get looked down on and called a loser and parasite, it's you.
Come on, Megan, don't be like that. You just don't know Lisa like I do. She has kind of a stubborn side. I don't know, she has this idea that single-parent homes are like disaster areas. And I mean, if that's how she wanted to feel, then I didn't see how it was any of my business to convince her otherwise. I get now that maybe I should have said something sooner, though. I'll talk to her, okay? So please, come back to the wedding. And you've got to do something to get Mom to calm down, too. You're the only one that can get through to her when she's like this.
You don't get to rely on me whenever it's convenient for you, Roger. And by the way, what's this about you being a doctor? Don't tell me you're just saying that to make yourself look even better in comparison to us. If that's really what you're doing, then good God, Roger, that is so lame.
Hey, don't call me lame. So what if I inflate my resume a little bit here and there? What I tell my fiancé about myself is none of your concern.
Is that what you think? Okay, then fine. I think the little disaster that's brewing for you right now is none of my concern either. Me and Mom are leaving like we said we would.
Seriously, Megan, you can't do this to me. My future is on the line, you know.
Seriously, what were you planning to do after you got married? Did you think you were going to kick me and Mom out of the house? You weren't content just to belittle us to boost your ego. You had to take our home from us too?
I was gonna think of something.
Oh yeah? When?
After the wedding. I already talked to Lisa about moving into the family house with all of us. Plus, I figured that once we got married and she got to know you guys, she might be a lot more open to having a good relationship with you and Mom.
She called Mom a repulsive woman who can't get a man. Oh, and she also called both of us vermin, leeches, parasites, and a few more things that I forgot. So what do you think, Roger? Do you think that anything we say or do would even put a dent in the massive prejudice she has against us? I know what you're thinking. Lisa's definitely one of the prettier girls that you've dated in the past, and you probably won't get a chance to marry a girl like her again. So I can understand why you'd want to make yourself look as good to her as you possibly can. But for real, Roger, all you're doing is making a fool of yourself, and I'm super embarrassed for you. You're doing all of this to land yourself a trophy wife like her? You have awful taste in women.
Hey, who do you think you are anyway? Just because you're my boss doesn't mean you get to talk down to me like that. You think you're such hot stuff because Mom likes you a little bit more than she likes me. All I'm doing is what I feel is necessary in order to secure a good future for myself. It would be nice if I could get just a little bit of support from my family.
You know what, Roger? You're on your own. You haven't changed a bit ever since we were kids. All you've ever done is try to make yourself look better by putting other people down. And now you think I have to go along with your lies to help you land an absolute harpy for a wife? I can't handle this anymore.
Don't act like this is all my fault. You're partially responsible too. But in any case, today is our wedding day. This is no time for you to be digging up old grudges. It's a day for celebration. You might be a lost cause, but as long as I can convince Mom to back me up, everything will be fine. It looks like Mom has my phone number blocked, so you need to convince her to come back here and talk to me.
I can't handle you anymore. You really don't get what sort of position you're in right now, do you? Well, you're about to learn the hard way. Both you and that vile woman are in for a world of hurt, starting now. Hey, what gives? Why is the venue staff telling us our reservation for today was canceled? All of a sudden, Roger got real pale and went off to make a phone call, and he never explained to me what in the world is going on. You have to know something, so start explaining right now. I don't know, Lisa. If you're texting me, I'm pretty sure that means you at least have some clue what's going on. And if that's the case, then you should also know that there's nothing you can change by talking to me. And not to mention, didn't you tell me you never wanted to speak to me again? I didn't realize never again meant until you need me for something. You're exactly like my brother. Really, the two of you are perfect for one another. Don't tell me. Did you complain to the venue or something? I don't believe it. They would go and cancel our reservation over one lousy complaint? No, Lisa, you're letting your insane imagination run away with you again. I did not complain to the venue, and even if they did, they wouldn't cancel it over a complaint. They're contractually bound to let us hold the wedding here. Only the person who made the reservation can cancel it. Then who canceled it? Roger didn't. I didn't. Who did? It was my mom. Wait, what? Surprised? Yeah, my mom was the one who paid for all the costs of your wedding. Not only that, the person who owns the chapel is a longtime friend of hers. Once she found out that you had placed our seats in the hallway and were going to make us eat trash for lunch, all she had to do was make one single phone call and everything was taken care of. Wait a second, I don't understand. Your mom paid for the wedding? No way, that's impossible. Roger was the one who paid for everything. He told me so himself. I hate to break it to you, but everything Roger told you was a lie. I doubt he has enough money in his savings account to pay for the wedding cake, much less the whole wedding. I mean, that guy has the absolute worst money skills out of everyone I know. Money skills? But he's rich. What part of everything didn't you understand? Nah, I guess I can't fault you completely. Roger is a good liar. Even when you catch him dead to rights, though, he'll just try and find some lame excuse or blame somebody else. My mom is more aware of that than anyone, which is why me and him have such vastly different positions in the hospital. He's a low-level assistant, and I'm the assistant director. What? Hold on, slow down. What in the world are you talking about? You and your mom only work part-time. Roger's the one who has to pay the bills. That's why he can't move out of your house. Roger told me that he can't move out because if he stops paying the mortgage, then it's gonna get repossessed. I mean, he is so dedicated to keeping you guys off the streets that he said if I didn't want to live with you guys after we got married, then we can keep the same situation we have now, where I live in my apartment and he lives in your house. Oh, so that's the story he's been telling you. Okay, now it all makes a lot more sense. I gotta hand it to him, he's quite gifted at making up stories. He really has you thinking that he's some magnanimous, successful, family-oriented Superman who's concerned for his wife. When the truth is, he's a lazy bum who spends money as quickly as he earns it and would be broke within a week if he left home. Wait, he would be broke within a week? But you are the ones relying on him to pay the mortgage. I have been trying to tell you, Lisa, that is the complete opposite of the truth. But he's a doctor. Why would he need you to keep him from going broke? He's not a doctor. He's an assistant. And as for what he assists with, it's whatever he can do the least amount of damage with. He just uses the fact that his mom runs the hospital to act bossy around all the real doctors. There isn't one person at the entire hospital who enjoys working with him, and that includes me and Mom. Since he rarely ever works and the little work he does do is pathetically low quality, he is still making minimum wage after all these years. But that doesn't make any sense. And did you say your mom was the hospital director? Indeed, I did. Go ahead and take a minute to read all of what I said again if you need to. I understand it must be a lot to take in all at once. Let me guess, he told you that he was the hospital director, didn't he? Yeah, actually, he did. He always talked about how he was in charge of everything and nothing would get done right if it weren't for him. I never doubted him at all. I mean, I had no reason to. But now you're telling me that your mom is really the hospital director? If she couldn't even hold her marriage together, how could she possibly run a hospital, though? You're really lucky we are having these conversations by text, because if I was in the room with you... My mom divorced my dad because he was a slovenly drunk who gambled away all of my mom's money. Then in the middle of that, her parents passed away. They were the previous hospital directors, and she was tapped to take over for them. She was so busy with work, childcare, and housework that she never had any free time to fall in love again. Not to mention, if Mom got remarried, that would mean that we would have to live in a house with a man who we weren't blood related to and call him Dad. Mom could tell that we wouldn't be emotionally capable of processing that at our age, so she prioritized us over herself and never got remarried. Wow, really? That's crazy. But that means your mom got married to a lousy guy like that, right? Sounds to me like she had absolutely awful judgment, and I was right about her, just in a different way than how I thought. I'm not sure if you should be talking about someone else's poor judgment concerning men. People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, as they say. What do you mean? I was fortunate enough to inherit most of Mom's good traits, while Roger mostly inherited my dad's lousy ones. He gambles and drinks just like Dad, and when he gets upset, God help the next person who gets in his way. Plus, when things start to go badly for him, he just blames everything on the next closest person and runs away. I can't even remember how many times he broke something in the house and blamed me for it back when we were kids. So yeah, I think you should be careful with him from now on. With the way things are going right now, it's only a matter of time before he turns on you. That's just the kind of person he is. And since you chose him to be your husband, you have no one to blame but yourself when he does. But I had no idea about any of that. I'm the victim here, just like you. If I had known the truth about you and your mom, I would never have done any of that stuff to you. So please, can you get your mom not to cancel the wedding? No. That's all you have to say? No? I answered your question, didn't I? My mom is way too mad for me to get her to change her mind. I haven't seen her like this in a long time. She said that she's done with him now. She's firing him and disowning him as her son. What? But if you do that, then what's going to happen to me? I quit my job before getting married because I was planning on becoming a housewife for him. If he gets fired, then what? He'll be able to get a job at another hospital, right? Nah, that's not likely. My mom's a pretty big name in the local medical industry. Word's gonna get around really fast. So everyone, from the directors to the janitors at all the local hospitals, are gonna know what happened today in no time. That will most definitely cause him problems in getting a new job, which is exactly what my mom was aiming for. We've been far too forgiving to him up until now. And the result of all that was the current debacle. Okay, I understand. You were right about everything. I promise you I'll think differently about you after we're married, so please, at the very least, let us have our wedding. If we don't, I'm never going to be able to explain it to my family. Yes, you and my brother really are perfect for each other. I'm not surprised at all that the two of you clicked so well. You both have lots of the same problems, so you'll have plenty of opportunities to work on them together in the days ahead. Because let me tell you, you've got some trials coming your way, and unlike Roger, my mom and I honor our word. You asked us to stay out of your lives, and we intend to do just that. We wouldn't be giving you any form of support, financial or otherwise. I strongly suggest that you and Roger come together to find some way to work through this crisis. This time, you won't be able to talk yourselves out of it. Just as I expected, Roger flipped out at Lisa. He even threw the entire wedding cake at her, which started an all-out brawl between them. They were trading blows and words, each claiming the other was the most responsible for what happened. My mom fired Roger, and since he was unable to get a new job, Lisa was forced to go and beg her old company to hire her back. Unfortunately for her, however, she shared one more special quality with Roger. Everyone she worked with hated her guts. So her company told her they had already filled the position and wished her the best of luck in her future endeavors. I understand she's out looking for the highest-paying part-time job she can find to make ends meet. I hope that the two of them learn several big lessons out of this and turn their lives around.
I think this farce has gone on for long enough. Don't bother coming back to the house anymore. There's no place for you here. Oh, and don't worry about your stuff. We did you the favor of putting it all out on the curb for you. Jessica's just as happy as I am that we're finally kicking you out, by the way. She said she got tired of having to smell your old lady perfume every time you walked by.
What? Hold on, what are you saying, Joseph? This is the first time you've texted me since... Good grief, you've never texted me since I got this new phone a few years ago. You don't even talk to me at home except to complain about something. And now out of the blue, you're telling me that you threw away all of my things? What's going on?
Are you really so senile that you still don't get it? We cleared out your room. It's ours now. I don't see why you would have any problem with that. It's not like you had anything important in there. You're not welcome in this house anymore, so never darken our doorstep again. If you even set so much as one toe on my property, I'll have you arrested for trespassing.
Joseph, what's gotten into you? Why are you all of a sudden kicking me out of the house?
Don't fool yourself. You know this isn't sudden at all. Like, don't tell me you didn't notice the fact that neither me or Jessica have said more than a few words to you in the last 20 years. I'm surprised you lasted this long, to be honest. I expected you to run away from home crying like a little girl years ago. But it seems like you just won't take the hint, so we decided that we had to step things up a notch. Seriously, do we need to put up a neon sign on the front lawn saying no old women allowed?
Trust me, I was most certainly aware that you and Jessica were doing your best to pretend I was invisible. But in spite of that, we all sat down at the table to eat dinner every night. We were still together, so we were still a family.
Oh my God, Leanne! I was joking when I called you senile earlier, but I think you might actually be going into early onset dementia. I guess that would explain a lot of things, come to think of it. Like, the only way you'd be able to put up with the way we were treating you is if you forgot about it all a few minutes later.
I was always under the impression that we might not put it into words very often, but that we were still getting along fine. There are a lot of different ways to show love, and since you hadn't told me otherwise, I thought you still loved me. I guess I was the only person who felt that way, though. Was I wrong to think that way, Joseph?
Of course you were! I can't believe this! You actually thought I loved you all these years? I mean, it's been a bit easier for the last few years since you've been spending most of your time at work. Having even a few hours each day when I can relax at home without you around is seriously refreshing. But then at the end of the day, you always have to ruin everything by coming home. I'm tired of having my pleasant evenings interrupted by your obnoxious presence. So don't ever come home again.
I see. So that's the way you've really felt about me?
Yeah, duh. You really didn't notice? It took 20 years of treating you like the plague for you to realize that?
Regardless of how you've been treating me, I always felt like you needed me around. And for my part, I never felt like living with you was unpleasant or burdensome, so I was fine with it. But now I see that the two of you were not.
Well, I'm glad you were able to learn something today. We're tired of putting up with you, and it ends tonight. Every single thing of yours in this house is now out on the curb. If you want to save it, I suggest you pick it up before the garbage trucks get here.
All right then, Joseph. If that's what you want, I'll leave. I don't feel much like being with someone who treats and talks about me so terribly. I wanted to avoid this if possible, but there's no way around it now. We're getting divorced.
Divorce? Don't make me laugh. You're not gonna divorce me. Get real. What's gonna happen to you without me, huh? You think there are any guys out there willing to marry you other than me?
Honestly, no, I don't imagine there are. But what of it? You've thrown away all my things and forbade me from entering the house again. Are you saying that I'm not welcome in your house or your life, but that I have to stay married to you in spite of that? You think I'm afraid of being single? Because I'm not.
I know you're afraid of being single.
Well, I'm about to prove you wrong. You remember that time several years ago when you left a signed stack of divorce papers on my desk? I still have them, and now that I know your true intentions, I'm going to sign them too.
Don't you mean had them? I threw away all your stuff. Right now, those papers are in the middle of a massive pile of your things out next to the road. You'll never find them.
Quite the contrary, those divorce papers are safe and sound in my office. I never expected you would do something so insane as throw my belongings outside without my permission. But I kept things that were most important to me out of your reach, just in case.
Are you serious? You kept them in your office at work? I thought you said you were fine with staying married to me. If that's true, why did you keep them?
I considered them to be my insurance policy. I may be nothing but a dense, senile old woman to you, but I have enough sense in this thick skull of mine to know that I should always have a plan B. And it looks like I was right to do so. Now that I don't need your signature, I can divorce you whenever I please.
I may not be much of a poker player, but I know a bluff when I see one. And you are bluffing big time. There's no way you're actually gonna divorce me. You lucked out big time when you were able to lock down a guy like me as your husband. You know that and I know that. So I know that there's no way you would do anything as self-destructive as walking away from the only man who would ever give you the time of day. The best thing for you to do right now is just walk away quietly. Really, that's all I want you to do. Just get out of my life. Oh, But before you do that, come and do something about the pile of your trash in my front yard. It's a bit of an eyesore.
You really think you're better than me, don't you, Joseph?
I don't think I'm better than you. I know that you're a lousy, good-for-nothing old woman who can't live without me.
And you, Joseph, what would you do without me?
Let's think about that for a second, shall we? All you do every day is get up, go to work, come home, do the housework, eat, sleep, rinse, and repeat. So what exactly about my life is going to change with you out of the picture? Absolutely nothing, that's what. I don't need you for anything. Go ahead, live wherever you want, do whatever you want, just don't ever come back around here again.
As you wish. I'm sorry things turned out like this between us. Goodbye. Hi there, Melanie. I'm sorry to message you out of the blue like this, but there's something I need to tell you. Do you have a moment to talk? Leanne! Oh, it's so nice to hear from you. Oh, yes, I've got time. I'm currently at the hospital visiting my husband. He's been doing much better lately, so I've been coming to visit more often and staying longer. By the way, if you ever got a moment, would you mind terribly coming by to see him? He says he would love to get the chance to chat with you again. Well, it's wonderful to hear that he's feeling better. Sure, I'd love to come and see him. Once things have calmed down for me a bit, I'll come visit as soon as I can. Thank you so much, dear. Do let me know when you're coming, will you? I'd like to see you as well. Oh, but I'm sorry, you had something to tell me, didn't you? What is it, dear? Go right ahead. The truth is that your son and I just got divorced yesterday. What? You did? Oh no, what did that fool son of mine do to you this time? It's kind of a long story. It was a bit of a slow build-up, and then everything happened all at once. I've put up with a lot in the past, but after this, I don't think it's going to work out between me and Joseph. You poor thing. I can't imagine how hard that must have been for you. I'm here for you, Leanne. Go ahead and tell me everything that happened. Thanks, Melanie. You and your husband have done so much to help me out over the years. Just for things to end up in such an unfortunate way. I'm so sorry that I couldn't do anything to prevent this from happening. Oh no, don't tell me that you've been putting up with them all this time for our sakes. Well, kinda. But I really do feel like I owe a huge debt of gratitude to you and your husband. And it's not really that I was putting up with them for you. It's just that once I divorced Joseph, then I would lose my connection to you. Oh, Leanne, you don't need to worry about that. You've got it all entirely backwards. We're incredibly grateful to you, too. You did us the favor of taking that selfish, pompous son of ours off our hands. I don't know if that boy would have ever gotten married if not for you. All that we wanted was for the two of you to be happy with one another. But if you're saying that you need to divorce him, then there must be some very good reason behind it. We should have been more active in asking you how things were going. We always knew how afraid you were of causing trouble for us. I'm sorry we didn't notice how bad things were until now. No, please don't feel bad. It's my fault entirely. I just couldn't let go of my foolish pride. I thought that divorcing him would mean I was giving up. But after what happened yesterday, I came to realize that sometimes walking away is the best thing for everyone. That's why I wanted to get the chance to say my goodbyes to you and your husband. Oh, goodness gracious, Leanne, don't talk like that. We don't need to say goodbye. But I'm just your daughter-in-law. To us, you're more than that. We consider you every bit our daughter. You're a part of our lives and our family no matter what happens between you and Joseph. Even if you divorce him, my husband and I will always think of you as our daughter. You really feel that strongly about me? How could we not? We're the ones who are in your debt. If you think you owe it to us to stay with Joseph, then you're dearly mistaken. Your life is your own, Leanne, and you shouldn't let anyone take it away from you. Go ahead and live your life the way that you think is best. And if there's ever anything that we can do to help you, never hesitate to let us know. Thank you so much, Melanie. How many times do I have to tell you, dear, you can call me Mom? Thanks, Mom. That's more like it. What happens between you and Joseph is entirely your business, and we won't try to pressure you in any direction. If you want to talk, though, I'll always be here to listen. You know, I might just take you up on that. I think there are a lot of things we should talk about. If it's all right with you, could I head over to see you right now?
What did you do, Leanne? I just got a letter in the mail. It says it's from your lawyer and that we have until the end of the month to move out of the house. You sold my house? You had no right to do that.
Actually, Joseph, I have every legal and moral right to do so. We are divorced, aren't we? And that house was never your house. I'm the one who bought it. It's mine. You didn't really think that I was going to let you keep living there free of charge after we divorced, did you? If you did, then wow, I have a feeling you might be the one going into early onset dementia.
Wait a second. You're joking, right? You actually divorced me?
I don't have the slightest clue why you would be shocked about that. I mean, did you actually think I wasn't going to? You and our daughter have been intentionally ignoring me for the last 20 years. And just a few days ago, you threw all of my stuff out onto the curb, kicked me out of the house, and told me never to come around there again. Did you think I was just going to let all that slide and stay married to you?
But, think about it. What are you gonna do if you become single again at your age? There's no way any other guy is gonna be willing to marry you. You're used goods.
Yeah, I know, and? There's more to life than being married, you know. Sure, most of the people in our circle of friends are married. All of them seem to be pretty happy with the path they took in life, too. But there are also plenty of single people we know who are getting just as much out of life. Some of those single people are divorced, too, and that doesn't seem to be having too much of an impact on how much they're enjoying life. So I think that even in the somewhat likely event I don't get remarried after you, it's not the end of the world. At the very least, I can say that being single for the rest of my life would be far better than spending the rest of it with a complete loser.
Complete loser? You're not talking about me, are you?
Is that a serious question? Who else would I be referring to? You seem to have been under the impression that you had the upper hand in our relationship. But the truth is that I was the one who was holding back on divorcing you. In ordinary circumstances, I would have kicked you to the curb years ago. And hindsight is 20/20, but knowing what I do now, I probably should have.
Excuse me? I'm the one who settled for marrying an older woman like you. I gave you the trophy husband that you always wanted.
Seriously, Joseph? Trophy husband? Get a grip. If you were any kind of trophy, you'd be a participation trophy.
Hey! Is that the thanks I get for allowing you to live with me for all these years?
Oh, it was a great privilege indeed, Joseph. Thank you so much for allowing me to pay all of our bills by myself. Oh, and it was especially kind of you to allow me to pay for our daughter's college education, too. You're totally right. It was wonderful having a trophy husband who has practically no redeeming qualities whatsoever. I mean, I guess you're slightly above average in looks, but other than that, there's nothing special about you at all. In any case, I am walking away from my old life and having a great time as I embark on a brand new journey.
I don't believe it! You're actually serious? Where did this attitude of yours come from anyway? You've never talked to me like this before. If that's how you really feel, then explain why you stayed with me for this long.
Why did I stay? Well, there are a few reasons. The first would be that I simply wanted to believe that there was love between the two of us.
What? Oh my God! You really are going senile, aren't you? I've barely spoken to you in the last 20 years. What would give you the impression that a man who won't even speak to you actually loves you?
You're right, we haven't had as many conversations lately as we used to. But that wasn't really a problem for me in particular. I was renting my own office space outside of the house to work in, so that actually worked to my benefit. I could give my all at the office during the day, then come home to peace and quiet at night. All I needed to do was keep the house somewhat clean and everything was golden. And you guys hardly ever complained about anything either, so I figured things were going well. Whether that's because you didn't want to talk to me or you simply didn't have much to complain about, I can't be sure though. But speaking of which, I don't think I've ever seen either of you so much as wash a single plate in all the time we've been together. How is the house looking right about now? I hope you haven't made too big of a mess.
Well, that's none of your concern. You don't live here anymore anyway.
Maybe not, but it's still my house.
Yeah, I forgot about that, but I never expected that you'd really follow through on your threat to divorce me.
You seriously underestimated me. While you were ignoring me for 20 years, I wasn't just sulking in sorrow. I was working, cooking, cleaning, living my life like normal, mostly by myself. Now think, in all that time, did I ever ask you for help with anything?
Hold on a sec, let me try to remember.
Don't bother, because I never asked you for help. Meanwhile, you were completely reliant on me for just about every aspect of our lives. That means that me leaving is going to have a far bigger impact on you than it will on me.
That's not true. But even if it were true, that still wouldn't justify you taking my house away from me.
Maybe not, but you kicking me out certainly did. I have no reason to continue owning a house that I'm unable to live in. You did this to yourself.
I don't see it that way. But where do you get off divorcing me just because you found out I didn't love you anymore? You had no problems with putting on a happy face and dealing with it up until now. What gives?
I could ask you the same question. You pretended to love me until you didn't feel like it anymore. By the time I caught on, you had already wasted away my youthful years. That cost me any chance I may have had of getting remarried to someone who actually cared about me.
Hey, it's not my fault that you were lost in some fantasy about me wanting to be all lovey-dovey with you. What about the time you got sick, huh? I didn't divorce you then, even though I could have. While you were in and out of the hospital for days and weeks at a time, I was taking care of Jessica all by myself. You owe me for that.
Jessica was 13 when I got sick. She was more than capable of taking care of herself. And you barely did anything for her during that time. You were always going out to eat by yourself and leaving Jessica to fend for herself. Your mom was the one who ended up doing most of the cooking and cleaning for you. So if there's anyone I owe a debt of gratitude to, it's your mother, not you.
Okay, well, you would never have met my mother if you hadn't married me. Ha! You see, all the best things in your life are thanks to me. So it's like I said after all, you have no right to kick us out of the house.
You want to talk about the time I was sick? Okay. While I was in the hospital, did you or Jessica ever once come to visit me? No, you didn't. Your mother and father, however, were regularly stopping by to keep me company. By the way, I also know what you did to Jessica. You told her that I was the one who was causing all the problems for our family. Thanks to you, she thinks that you're some sort of superhero while I'm just a worthless parasite. But you did what you had to do, I guess. If you didn't paint me out to be the bad guy, she would have noticed what a jerk you were.
All I told her was the truth. If we didn't have to pay for your medical bills, we'd be able to have a way better lifestyle than we do now.
Right you are, Joseph. Do you know what would also enable us to have a much better lifestyle? If you would actually hold down a job for more than a week at a time.
What are you talking about? I've been going to work every day of the week for our whole marriage.
I thought we had already covered the fact that I'm not an idiot. I know that you haven't actually been going to work.
You're lying. You got no proof of that.
Okay, what about the fact that I handle all the family's finances and can see exactly when your paychecks were deposited into our account? Sometimes you would go for entire months at a time without receiving a single paycheck, all while you were still going to work every day. Would you mind explaining that?
I was getting paid under the table. That way we can avoid having to pay income taxes. You're lucky you have such a streetwise man around the house.
Oh, I see. Then what did you do with the money?
What do you mean? I used it for, family stuff.
For example?
What, am I supposed to remember every single thing I ever spent my money on?
Just one example would be nice. But I know for a fact you haven't been paying any of our bills. Utilities, property taxes, groceries, internet, cell phones, the mortgage. I've made every single payment out of my own paycheck. So, Mr. Reliable Family Man, where have you been spending the money you've earned?
I don't have to answer anything you ask me. What I do with my money is my business.
You're right, sort of. It doesn't really matter anymore. I already know what you've been spending it on. Anyway, it's a fact that you haven't contributed at all to the family's bottom line, or even done any housework to speak of. Meanwhile, I've been doing both, while also giving you two all of the love that a mother and wife should. I can honestly say that the only reason I was able to make it this long was because of the support your parents gave me. I lost my parents back when I was in college, so I had missed out on that sort of parent-child relationship until I married you. It didn't matter to me that we weren't related by blood. All that mattered was that they loved me unconditionally for who I was, and that meant the world to me. Which brings me to the second and most important reason I didn't divorce you sooner. I didn't want to lose my relationship with your parents.
Is that right? Well, sucks for you. Now that we're divorced, you're never gonna have a relationship with them again. Looks like I need to work my persuasive magic on them just like I did with Jessica. I'll tell them that you were the one who abandoned me. I might even throw in that you were cheating on me. They'll hate you for sure.
Don't waste your time. I already explained the situation to them myself.
You did?
That's right. I told them exactly why I divorced you, including you kicking me out of the house as well as ignoring me for the last 20 years. Your parents are very sensible people, unlike you, so they could tell that you were the one in the wrong. And guess what else? Your mother told me personally that she will always think of me as her daughter, no matter what happens between us. On the other hand, they are furious with you.
What? But why?
Remember a little bit ago when I said I knew what you were spending all your money on? I misspoke. It's not what, but who.
Wait, you mean...
Yes, Joseph, I know about Selena. She is old enough to be your daughter, you creepy old geezer. And the reason you kicked me out of the house was so you could make room for her to move in. I've known about her for quite some time, but I held my tongue for the same 2 reasons I gave you earlier. But I don't need to hold my tongue anymore. Your parents have given me their blessing to do with you what I will.
Hey, let's back up 1 second. Selena? I have no idea who that is.
Don't bother playing dumb. I have all the evidence I need, all locked up in my office where you can't touch it.
Okay, can we talk about this?
Sorry, Joseph, but I'm not interested in anything you have to say. Now that I know my relationship with your parents is safe, I'm done with you. I'll see you in court. After that, Joseph kept begging me for a chance to come and apologize to me. He knew that if I found out he was spending my money on his mistress, I could sue him to get it back. But I didn't need or want an apology from him. All I want is that he gives me what's rightfully mine. It turns out that Joseph never visited his dad once while he was in the hospital, just like he did with me. That, combined with the revelation of his emotional abuse and infidelity, led his parents to a quite radical conclusion. They wrote Joseph out of their will. This was quite the blow to Joseph, as he had been counting on receiving a sizable inheritance from them. So what will they do with their fortune? I assumed they would donate it to charity, but they decided to leave it to me instead. I felt guilty accepting that, but they were insistent. So now, even after Joseph and I divorced, I still visit them regularly. When I'm with them, it feels like the wounds from the loss of my birth parents are starting to heal. I hope to spend as much time with them as possible to repay them for the kindness they've shown to me. Carl, you owe me an explanation for this. I just came home to find a signed stack of divorce papers on the table. What is the meaning of this? You can't just do something like that without talking to me first.
What's the matter? Don't you speak English? I'm pretty sure you know what the word divorce means. It means that those are the papers you have to sign in order for us to get divorced.
You know that's not what I meant. Tell me why you want to get a divorce all of a sudden. We've never once talked about this up until now.
Would you please just shut up, sign it, and let me get on with my life? I got nothing to talk about with some over-the-hill geezer.
What the over-the-hill geezer? Carl, I'm 34.
I know, and I'm still at the ripe young age of 29. So from my point of view, you're practically a senior citizen.
There is nothing ripe or young about being 29. You've already hit your physical peak, so it's all downhill for you from here. You're gonna have to start actually taking care of your health from now on.
Okay, that right there is exactly what I'm talking about. Seriously? Telling me I have to take care of my health? My grandma used to talk to me like that.
Okay, point taken. That is a pretty old womanish thing to do, actually. But be that as it may, you can't just drop the divorce bomb on me out of nowhere and expect me to nod my head like a good little girl and go along with it. We need to talk about this.
Seriously, Liz? Look, I really don't want to have this conversation with you. No matter what I say to explain myself, you're never going to be satisfied, so can you please just get this over with and sign them? I have every right to ask you to divorce me. You're not going to deny me my rights, are you?
No right exists without a responsibility. And you have the responsibility to explain your reason for wanting to divorce me. A divorce isn't just about your rights. I have rights too.
You're so obnoxious. You want it? Fine, here it is. I want to marry someone else.
Oh my God, Carl, no. Have you been cheating on me?
No, I haven't. Stop jumping to ridiculous conclusions. I'm gonna get married to her after we get divorced. We promised each other that. And we haven't done anything untoward with each other yet, so you've got no reason to call me a cheater. Seriously, how long have you known me, and you still think I'm the kind of guy who would cheat on his wife?
Well, you're apparently the kind of guy who would just leave a stack of divorce papers behind without explaining himself to his wife first. Frankly, I don't see much difference between doing that and cheating.
All you need to know is I'm gonna marry Shawnee, and that's that. So sign those divorce papers as soon as possible.
So tell me, Carl, who's this Shawnee woman?
She's none of your concern. I will say one thing about her, though. She's not a crotchety old hag like you.
Uh-huh. So you're telling me that you're ditching me because I'm a crotchety old hag?
Hey, you said it, not me. But if you must know, Shawnee is younger than me.
So you really don't have any issues with doing this to me. You're not just abandoning me out of the blue, but you're pouring salt over the fresh emotional wounds.
All I'm doing is giving you the plain and simple truth. If the truth hurts, that's your problem, not mine. Would you rather I lied to you about everything, just vanished without a trace?
I'd prefer that you don't leave me at all.
Well, too bad. I'm gone whether you like it or not. Now hurry up and sign those papers, got it? Then when you're done, pack your things and get ready to move out.
Hold it right there. Now you're telling me I have to move out of the house? Why?
Are you kidding? My dad is the one who left this house for me in his will. I'm the one who owns it. My name is on the deed. You're only living here for now because you're my wife. That's not gonna be the case for much longer, though. And once we're divorced, I no longer have any reason to put up with you living in my house.
You have got to be kidding me. I am not gonna take this lying down, you know.
Yes, you will. I mean, what are you gonna do about it? Nothing, that's what. I win, you lose, the end. Oh, and by the way, I talked to my mom about everything too, and guess what she says? She's on my side. She thinks you should move out too.
No, even your mom is going along with this? I don't get it. She's always been so nice to me.
Yeah, but that was all an act. The truth is that deep down she's always been disappointed that her son got stuck marrying a graying nag. When I talked to her about marrying Shawnee, she was super excited about it. And that's all the time I'm gonna spend talking to you today. Sign those papers and send them to my lawyer.
Unbelievable.
You're still not moved out? What's the matter with you? Shawnee is all ready to move in, so hurry up and get out.
Oh, come on. Moving is such a pain. Plus, I'm really busy at work right now. Can't you just give me a bit more time?
No, I've already given you more than enough time. Pack your stuff up and get out. Don't make me take more drastic measures, Liz.
Uh-oh, drastic measures? Oh, now you're starting to scare me a little. Drastic measures like what?
I mean, I'm gonna come over to the house and drag you out of there myself.
Oh yeah? You think you got what it takes? I'd like to see you try.
You're lucky you're a woman, or else I absolutely would. Hey, if you don't want to leave, I guess we can always live together. Me, my young new wife, and my jealous old ex-wife, all living together under the same roof. It'd be like a sitcom, at least until you lose your mind from jealousy at hearing us every night in our bedroom. Then it'll become a psychological horror movie.
I have absolutely no insecurities regarding my age. Even if I could turn back the clock and make myself younger again, I wouldn't.
Ha! That may be the biggest lie you've ever told. Every old hag wishes she could be young and beautiful again. I get what this is. You're just bitter and angry at me leaving you, so you're trying to drag this out as long as possible. Hey, if you really want to get back at me, why don't you just go out and land yourself a younger guy?
Because I'm not an emotional child. I'm still living here because I have the right to live here, that's all.
You don't have any right to live there. We're divorced. What makes you think you can still live in my house after we're divorced? I want to live in my house with my new wife, so hurry up and clear out.
I'll think about it. Okay, I thought about it. The answer is still no.
Give me a break.
What's going on with the house? Is your ex-wife still refusing to leave?
Yeah, she is. I've told her to get out a bunch of times, but she just won't leave. I'm sorry about this, Shawnee. I'll figure something out, okay? Trust me.
I thought you said that you and her were both fine with the breakup. It's starting to look like she might not be too keen on the idea after all. I would really prefer not to get caught up in your marital problems, Carl.
I'm sorry. I never intended for you to get involved. Like I said, I'm texting her every single day telling her to move out. I know she'll move out eventually.
I don't know. Isn't it kind of, mean to kick her out of the house? If she's gonna be so stubborn about it, why don't we just find ourselves a new place?
But I like that house. Once we have kids, it'll be nice to have a lot of room for them to run around and play in.
Kids? Oh, for crying out loud, Carl, how many times have we talked about this? I don't want to have kids. Why won't you ever listen to me?
I know, I'm sorry. I won't bring it up again, okay?
Ugh. Liz, this is Shawnee, Carl's fiance. Can we talk for a second? You think I want to talk to the woman who my husband is leaving me for? Okay, I can totally get why you would be mad at me, but can you please hear me out? I was just talking to Carl and he told me you were still in the house. I was shocked to hear that. I thought you'd have left by now. Well, I am terribly sorry to have inconvenienced you. I'm sure you want to get right to work erasing every trace of me from my house. Please, don't be like that. Honestly, I feel really bad for you. You do? Well, yeah, how could I not? Carl told me that you two had mutually agreed to get a divorce, but that's not true, is it? He was the one who broke things off with you. You were never on board with divorcing at all. And honestly, I think he's kind of a jerk for doing that to you. Really? Wow, I didn't expect you would be so sensible. Did you think I was just some young bimbo or something? Well, that hurts. I haven't done anything to deserve that kind of contempt, so I'd appreciate it if you could stop being so snippy with me. All right, I guess that's fair. So what did you want to talk to me about? If it's about the house, you should know that I have absolutely no intentions to leave. Yeah, I totally get that. If I were in your shoes, I'd probably be doing the same thing. Like, lose my husband and my house? No thanks. I'm glad you understand where I'm coming from, but can we please get to the point? Yeah, sure. The thing is, I actually don't want to marry Carl. Like, at all. You don't? Carl is a regular at the bar I work at. He's been putting the moves on me forever and asking me to marry him, but I've always told him no. But it went on for so long that I eventually got tired of it and decided to play along. Hold on, you don't actually want to get married? But I thought you guys already were married. No, not yet. All I've said is that maybe I'll marry him someday, and thanks to that, he's going around and telling everyone I'm his fiancé. Well, you did tell him that you would marry him. How is that any different? I didn't say I would marry him. I said maybe I'll marry him someday. I'll cut him off after I've let him have his fun for a while. I see. And why are you telling me this now? Consider it a peace offering between us. The thing is, I like you, Liz. Like, refusing to move out of your house despite your ex-husband, that's really cool. Is it really? I thought you'd think I was being bitter and lame. Are you kidding me? He's the one that one day up and decided to divorce you for a younger woman. So I don't think you have any responsibility to just lay down and accept defeat. Actually, you would be well within your rights to completely destroy that loser. And I want to help you do just that. I have to admit, I'm shocked. I thought you had stolen my husband away from me, but now you want to scheme against him with me? Liz, babe, I work in a bar. I see all sorts of loser men coming in all the time. You know, men wearing wedding rings, hitting on waitresses like me and other customers, coming in with different women every night. I can't stand those guys. I guess you would have it pretty hard being a waitress. But when some loser weirdo comes to my bar, I get to kick him out at the end of the night. You got stuck married to a loser weirdo. So yeah, I came up with a plan to teach Carl a lesson, if you were interested in hearing it. I've already put a bunch of pieces in play, too. Pieces like what? Well, for starters, I'm pretty sure that Carl's plan is to give this house to me as a present. Wait, really?
Johnny, you're never gonna believe this! I've got a big present for you!
Ooh, a present? All right. What is it? Tell me. Tell me.
It's what you've wanted all along! I'm giving you my house!
Wow, really?
That's right! I'm giving you the deed to the house! From now on, it's all yours! You're thrilled, right? You've always told me how much you wanted a house of your own!
Well, yeah, but I never thought it was going to be this house. I was just thinking it would be nice if in the future I had a house to call my own.
Yeah, well, I didn't want you to have to wait any longer. From now on, this house is all yours, and you can do whatever you want with it.
Wow, Carl, I don't know what to say. Plus, I feel kind of bad about poor Liz. What's going to happen to her?
That old maid, you don't need to worry about her. She's just a loser who couldn't accept that I'd thrown her to the curb. Thank God you're nothing like her, Shady.
Aw, you shouldn't talk about her like that. Poor Lizzie. I mean, she's the one who's out a husband and a house now.
She should be grateful she had me as long as she did. Not many older women get to enjoy being with a younger man like me. So now I don't think there's any need to feel sorry for her at all.
So you like me because I'm younger than her?
Well, sure. I mean, you and her are completely different. She's 10 years older than you, but you're way smarter than she is. All right, now that that's settled, I'm gonna go over there myself. I'll have her out of the house by the end of the day.
But the house is mine right now, right?
Yep, it's all yours.
Can I get that in writing?
Well, sure, I have all the paperwork ready right now. Hey, you all right, Shawnee? You're not usually this formal about stuff.
Nah, I'm always like this. So yeah, get that paperwork to me as soon as you can so I can sign everything. Can you get them to me within the next 15 minutes or so?
Yeah, leave it to me. I'll be right over. All right, Liz, today's the day. You are moving out of my house today, and that is final.
Nah, I don't feel like it.
I don't care if you feel like it or not. You don't have a say. We're divorced, Liz. Get over it. You have no right to keep living in my house now. As of today, you're officially trespassing. And if you don't get out, I'll call the police.
Oh yeah? Do it. Call them.
You little... Don't think I won't do it. God, how are you so old yet so immature? Give it up already.
Liz isn't leaving. You are.
What? Shawnee? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you. You're moving out today. And would you hurry up? I'm tired of dealing with you.
Shawnee, what are you saying? This can't be you. Did Liz steal your phone or something?
Nope, I'm the real Shawnee. So yeah, enough chit-chat. Pack your things and get out.
What the? But you can't kick me out.
Sure I can. It's my house now, isn't it? Did you forget about that? You just told me a little while ago that I can do whatever I want with it. And since it's my house, it only makes sense that I get to choose who lives there. And I'm afraid the approved guest list doesn't include you.
Hey, what's gotten into you? Don't tell me. Is Liz holding your family hostage?
Don't be an idiot. Of course she isn't. I don't need to be threatened into kicking you out. I genuinely want you gone. And I'm not marrying you. Ever.
Why, Shawnee? Were you deceiving me this whole time? Was this all a scheme to get my house?
Oh, don't act like you're some poor helpless victim. You were coming to my bar every night I had a shift to harass me. I only played along with your proposal as a means of self-defense.
But you seemed so happy when I asked you to marry me.
Dude, I'm a bar waitress. Putting on a smile to please patrons is my job. It's not my fault that you took my pleasantries seriously. Seriously, you may not be the first customer who's proposed to me, but you're definitely the most annoying.
You thought I was annoying?
And then there's the matter of what you did to your wife. Even if I had fallen in love with you, once I found out the way you treated her, I would have dumped you instantly.
Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe I shouldn't have been so hard on her. I promise you, I'll never do anything like that to you. I'll change, I mean it. So please don't leave me, Shawnee.
I can't leave you because I was never with you. And I never want to see your face again. I talked to the owner and he agreed to ban you from the bar too. If you ever come near me again, I'm gonna pepper spray you and call the cops.
You can't be serious. You're going to abandon me and take my house away?
Wow, do you really not get how ironic that is? That's exactly what you were trying to do to Liz. Remember, you suddenly told her you wanted a divorce and demanded she move out of your house.
Well...
I'm giving this house to its rightful owner, Liz. And with that, I bid you farewell. I think this makes me and her even.
Shawnee, no, don't do this! I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you!
No, you don't. You just wanted to stay with me until I'm 34. Then you'd no doubt dump me for the next pretty young thing who gave you attention.
No, that's not true. I was serious about you.
I'm 24, Carl. I'm not an idiot. Seriously, you think young women are just a bunch of dumb bimbos, don't you? I see guys like you at the bar every single day. If you're willing to ditch your wife to marry someone else, you'll never be serious about any woman.
That's not true. Please, Shawnee, wait. Let's talk about this. Lisa, I'm sorry for everything. I was wrong. I never should have treated you the way I did.
My goodness, Carl, what's with the sudden change in tone from you?
I'm trying to apologize. I truly, deeply regret all the terrible things I did to you. When I think about the way I've been acting lately, it makes me want to punch myself in the face.
Is this you trying to get me to convince Shawnee to marry you?
Huh? No, that's not what I want at all.
Oh, it's not? Oh, thank God for that. So let's get down to business. I'd like you to move out of my house within the day. Think you can manage that?
Your house?
I just got done talking to Shawnee a moment ago. She's telling me that she's going to bring over all the paperwork we need to transfer ownership of the house to me. So yeah, I'm gonna have to ask you to get your stuff and get out. There's no place for you here anymore.
Come on, Liz, you can't do that to me. I mean, this is my house. You can't just kick me out of my own house.
First, it's my house now, not yours. And second, that's exactly what you were trying to do to me until about 30 seconds ago.
Well, back then I still owned the house, but you stayed here anyway, so now you owe it to me to let me stay here.
Oh, do I? Well, see what the police have to say about that.
Police?
That I'm going to post on social media about everything you've done to me. I have a first-hand witness on my side, after all. Shawnee said she would testify in court on my behalf.
What's with you? You're going way too far! You know I could very easily have called the cops on you while you were refusing to move out. I could have, but I didn't.
Looks like you should have called them when you had the chance. However, if you don't move out by the deadline I specify, then I will call the cops. And no, I will not be negotiating on that point.
How dare you treat me like this? Don't you have any gratitude for all I've done for you? I did you the favor of marrying you despite being way past your prime.
I'm only 5 years older than you dork. I'll bet if you ask young little Shawnee, she'll say we both look around the same age to her. Seriously, the fact that you're doing this over a 5-year age gap is so lame, Carl.
You little... Just because you're older than me doesn't mean you get to talk down to me like that.
You're the one who called me a senior citizen. Shouldn't you show a little more respect for your elders?
Stop using my own words against me! Thanks to you, everything in my life has been turned upside down. What am I supposed to do now, huh?
I don't know. What if you go to your dear old mommy for help? She hates me, so she should take your side, right?
You can't be serious. I can't drag my mom into this mess. She has enough problems to deal with.
You're not fooling anyone, you know. You and I both know that your mom's not on your side anymore. When she asked you why we were getting divorced, you told her it was because I was cheating on you, didn't you?
How did you?
I talked to her. She felt really bad about the whole thing and apologized for having the wrong idea about me. It seems like that audacious lie may have been just the last straw for her. I think she's done with you.
No! You actually told her about everything?
I sure did, and now you have no one left in your corner. She even told me that she wished there was some way I could get the house from you, and fortunately, her wish came true.
Man! Okay, I'll admit it. I lied to my mom. I'm sorry for that, too. I can see now that I've been a complete jerk. I've made a bunch of mistakes, and I'll never make them again. Can't we let bygones be bygones?
Sure, Carl, I'm good with bygones. Bye, Carl. I want you gone by tonight at 8 o'clock.
Liz, wait! Please give me a break. I lost my wife, my girlfriend, and my family. If I lose my house, I won't have anything left at all.
Don't worry, Carl. You'll have plenty of time to start again. You're still at the ripe young age of 29, remember? Carl didn't give up so easily and kept claiming that he was never going to leave the house. Once Shawnee brought over all the paperwork and signed the house over to me, though, his tune changed completely. He knew he'd been defeated, so he begrudgingly packed his things and left. But apparently he still wasn't quite ready to give up, because I saw him walking by the house and looking in the windows multiple times a day. Plus a few times he even followed me when I went out. So I ended up selling the house and moving to a new city where he can't find me. I haven't heard from him since, so I have no idea where he is or what he's doing now. Who knows, maybe he's still lurking around that empty house, wishing he had the chance to undo his awful mistakes. What a sad, strange little man. Shawnee said he was banned from her bar, which he'd been spending most of his weeknights in for the last several months. So I'll bet that wherever he is very bored and even more lonely. But hey, he's still a young man. He has more than enough time to build a new life for himself. As for Shawnee, she quit her job at the bar shortly after that. She did the same thing I did. She moved to a new city and started a new life. We still talk to each other from time to time. She tells me that after all of that, she is never going to work in a bar again. I'm glad for her. She seems like she has far too much potential to spend the rest of her youth working around drunken slobs like my ex-husband.